Hello, everyone. Very nice to see you, Graham. And I love to introduce Graham today about what he's doing. He gonna tell himself. But most important is today conversation is about the A health. Elite business, not everything. Elite health is everything. And when we combine elite business and elite health, then is big changes. We were planning to go live today, but due to technical issues, we recording this speech and will publish in a minute. But this is how it is. Our goal is to do it every Tuesday at 7 p.m. UK time to talk health. And I will ask each and everyone who is looking our this video to as well leave the comments where you from watching this video. Share the information about your businesses. It's important to let people know what you do. And what is gonna be today our conversation is the health. And I'm really grateful to Graham that finding time in your busy lifestyle and talking about it, which we all agree is no less important, but dedication to people and sharing the knowledge is priceless. So now, can you tell us a little bit about yourself, Graham?
Thank you, Renata. And honestly, it's such an honor. And I was so excited when you came up with this idea of making these series of informative topics on this elite health and the importance of elite health. So myself, I've been involved with supplements and really getting focused on gut health for the last 6 months or so. Before that, been very focused on water. Um, I'm one of those guys who actually, when you look back 5 or 6 years ago, I was on the other side of the tracks. I was very much making some terrible lifestyle choices, and I guess I'm kind of some evidence that even though people can sometimes make bad lifestyle choices, you can actually reverse some of those really quite quickly with good, good, um, good water, good supplements, good lifestyle choices, and yeah, I'm really excited to share what I've learned and maybe open the door for other people. I know everyone's in a different place. Everyone's got a different thing to bring to the party, but for me, I'm so passionate and so excited about the changes I've witnessed within myself and how good I feel in my body these days. I love talking about it. I love sharing it. It lights me up, and I love hearing about other people's stories, where they're at, and what's working for them. So yeah, I'm really super excited for all of the new connections which we're going to develop out of this series, and all of the lives we're going to impact.
Excellent. Thank you so much. Uh, it's okay if I ask you a few questions because I have prepared them. So I just really like to, we in this series, talking at least have three questions each Tuesday so we can have a little bit more understanding about what you talking like more in details. So let's say I want to ask you, what
Mhm.
is nitric oxide and what role it does play in our health?
I love this question, and it's such a great place to start because nitric oxide is very much the foundation, I think, for so much to do with cardiovascular health. Nitric oxide is the most vital molecule when it comes to our cardiovascular health, and it's naturally produced within our bodies. It was actually only discovered fairly recently in 1998. It was part of some amazing research, which was led by Dr. Ignaro, And it was so groundbreaking at the time. I say it attracted a Nobel Prize for the innovation. Um, and it's quite a simple molecule, really. It's one nitrogen, one oxygen bonded together, and it's very volatile. It doesn't stick around very long. Um, it's actually created within our blood vessels. So within all of our blood vessels, there's the internal lining, which is called the endothelium. And that's where nitric oxide is generated, as it turns out. And certain amino acids combined with certain enzymes interact with the endothelium. And what happens is nitric oxide gets produced. So when this happens, the primary thing that it does is what we call vasodilation, which in layman's terms to you and me means our blood vessels expand. Now, why is that a good thing? I hear you all crying. Um, well, what happens when our blood vessels expand is our blood pressure goes down for a start and our blood flow increases. So when the blood flow increases, I'm sure you can imagine you start getting so much more oxygen and nutrients moving around your body to your brain, your muscles, all the major organs. Like literally every part of your body is receiving more oxygen and more nutrients. Um, Now, there's other benefits as well to what nitric oxide does within our body. So there's something that's called atherosclerosis, which again, in layman terms to you and me, it's a recent term that I'm only just starting to learn. So apologies if I've mispronounced that at all. But atherosclerosis is a hardening of the arteries, which happens over time as nitric oxide reduces. So by boosting and having a focus on nitric oxide production, it actually mitigates this process and prevents the hardening of the arteries. So I'm sure you can imagine that's got to be a good thing. It's anti-inflammatory. So nitric oxide reduces the inflammation within our body, um, and also anti-platelet, which is all to do with blood clotting. So it reduces how the little clusters of blood cells actually kind of clot together and can potentially cause blockages in our veins. On top of that, the nitric oxide production is produced by the endothelium, the inner lining, and it actually also serves to protect the endothelium that's producing it. So all of these things come together. Nitric oxide is a signaling molecule which improves our blood flow and really provides benefits to the entire cardiovascular system.
Excellent. I
Um,
love it. It's
one
really,
thing,
really, yeah, it's really, when you're explaining, it's such in details, really, really helpful. Thank you. Yeah, I'm listening. Sorry.
yeah, absolutely. I was going to just go on to say that sadly, as we get older, from the age of 20 to 30, our nitric oxide levels that we naturally produce within our body starts to drop off. And 30 to 40, 50 to 60, it drops off further and further. So, just naturally, as we age, aging is one of the key things which causes the nitric oxide levels in our body to drop. And that's just, unfortunately, part of the aging process.
Okay. So how we can stop aging? No, no. What we can do to boost the nitric oxide the level in with age? What we can do?
Mhm. Well, the first thing to consider is what we shouldn't do. So there's lots of things which kind of increase the aging process, I suppose. I think most of us know these things already, but it's all to do with, sedentary lifestyles, bad diets. One of the worst things for wiping out our nitric oxide levels is smoking. So yeah, eating, processed foods, oily foods, not moving, not getting enough exercise. these things cause a rapid decrease in our nitric oxide levels. There are some very simple things we can do, the opposite of those, if you like, to maintain our nitric oxide naturally for as long as we can. So, yeah, good diets, leafy greens. Leafy greens are great, beets, celeries. These all provide nitrates for our body, which our body converts into the amino acids and enzymes which are used to produce the nitric oxide. The nuts and seeds, poultry, fish, they all contain L-arginine in very small quantities. But these kind of foods, L-arginine is one of the key amino acids which actually produces the nitric oxide. So that combined with regular aerobic exercise, these things all serve to boost our nitric oxide levels. And one of the other things that we can do, one of the other key things that's really coming to the fore over the last couple of decades, is the importance of using good supplements.
Okay, right. Now, what supplements you would recommend?
Well, funnily enough, there is one supplement that stands out from all the others. And this is one that you and I have had some personal experience with. Um, because just recently, there's a company called Euromonitor, and they are they look at the whole kind of world and very health focused. And they've recently announced that Synergy's Pro Arginine Plus is the number one L-arginine supplement in the world. So
Wow.
what does that mean? I mean, well, firstly, it's a huge accolade. It's a huge kind of recognition for this product. Um, and and it basically it's acknowledging what we've all been talking about within Synergy for years now. And obviously, I've been involved for 6 months or so. And as soon as I got involved, everyone was very cagey about saying, look, it's probably the best in the world. Well, now we've had it confirmed. Pro Arginine is the best L-arginine supplement in the world. Nothing boosts your L-arginine levels faster and boosts your nitric oxide levels more thoroughly than Pro Arginine Plus. There's just literally nothing that compares to it. And what's really good about Pro Arginine Plus is it's got the L-arginine, it's got the L-citrulline, it's got a fantastic range of other vitamins and a very special sugar called ribose. All of these ingredients combined provide an initial boost, but then also a slow release over the next few hours as well. So taking a Pro Arginine Plus first thing in the morning, last thing at night, can have a real massive effect at boosting our nitric oxide levels and getting all of these benefits for our cardiovascular system. There is no substitute for a healthy lifestyle. I would never recommend to people that they just rely on Pro Arginine and don't consider the food they eat and don't consider the exercise they do. We need to look at people's health holistically. But really, you can do all of the good things and still not be able to achieve the same kind of nitric oxide boost as you can do with a good supplement. And we just happen to be able to recommend to people the best L-arginine supplement in the world. So yeah, it's really exciting to introduce people to this product, and I've seen so many amazing stories from people who've been using this product for a few weeks. I know Renata recently, you completed the 21-day Purify program with Synergy and had a complete gut reset. Pro Arginine is the cornerstone of that whole system. And I remember you saying that you even experienced, when you were exercising, improved performance.
Yeah, it's overly. It's changed lots of things. Okay, most important for me is clarity. I don't have those fogs which I used to have, and second is probably as well no less important. when I talking about headaches, I used to have headaches quite often, like once a week. It's just come and go, and this not something like not go away if I take tablet, but having them 3 times less, it makes big difference. And I'm just counting myself as a starter in this journey. I done one thing, I keep learning everything, so that's why it's no less important for me what I do know myself, and have a you by the side and sharing the real facts, which is helping not just me. And that's why we're doing these videos for people, that people be able to know. And I will add contact details. I probably add contact details of LinkedIn to people be able to send you text message as well if they have any questions. That we can add the link up Pro RG9. I think we can add it as well. In
And it's so easy. People could follow the link, order the product, have it arrive within a couple of working days, and start benefiting from it straight.
Yeah. And if people need to any consultation, just simply people can connect with yourself on LinkedIn or anywhere else. We can share the details later on. We see maybe we have some special separate page where we can invite people. So said that, please remember to comment where you are from. Uh, Make sure people know that just we want to make sure just the business himself, elite build businesses is okay. But elite build businesses without elite health is gonna be too much if I say it's not elite then.
Well, let's face it, when it comes to a small business, quite often the person in charge is the engine, isn't it?
Yes.
So when that engine is running on top form, it's gonna have an elite effect for the whole business, right?
Exactly. And recently I have my kids was have some flu when it's going around, and all I have nothing, not even headache, little sore throat. I feel it, but it's no something like put me down to the few days I couldn't function. It's nothing, and I know this is because I did massive reset on my gut health, massive reset on everything what I do eat as well, because at the end of the end, who we are what we eat,
Mm.
you know and this is important, what kind of supplements we're taking. So said that thing, said that if you have anything to share more, I want to ask if you want to give some more suggestions to our listeners, and then we're gonna be meeting hopefully live next Tuesday at 7.
I'm looking forward to it. And just a reminder for everyone to like and subscribe and hit the bell icon so you get the notification and you don't miss the live next week, because the microbiome is going to be super exciting to get into that. We've got so many amazing topics to talk about.
Excellent, thank you so much for your time, and we'll see you next Tuesday.